up? This is Dash, and I'm back out in my garage for what should be part 4 of the $50 budget trailer build. So I wanted to kind of quickly walk you around the trailer for as it sits or where it sits now, so you can kind of know my thought process and what I've done to kind of level set you. If you haven't seen the first 3 parts by now, I ask you to go back and look and see how I got to this point where I am. All right, so just looking back, there is vertical upright, vertical upright, vertical upright, and the front piece is on. The back piece, or the top rail of the surround, is still a 10-foot piece. I haven't trimmed it because if I can figure out how to get the gate to be able to stand up, I want to be able to lock the gate in the upright position as well as to go down towards the ground. Now, I've had people ask me, why is it so important that you have the ability for the gate to fold flat on the deck? Well, most applications or most things will fit inside the bed of the trailer. The bed of this trailer is just shy of 8 feet. So what is that? 84 inches. So it's like 82 inches this way from here to here. And it is just over 4 feet. Now, why they couldn't take the 2 inches for the extra 2 inches this way to make it 4 feet 2 inches and put them that way is beyond me. But anyway, the reason being is when or if I buy metal or anything else that could be longer, if I'm transporting something, if it's too long and that gate is stuck up in the air, I won't be able to transport it without having to remove the gate. If I'm somewhere where I can't remove the gate or don't have a place to store the gate or one of those things, then the best thing for me to be able to do is to fold the gate in and put whatever piece of material or whatever thing I'm transporting that's longer than, whatever I'm transporting that's longer than the length of this, from the front to the back of the trailer, I would have to probably make 2 trips. So I don't want to do that. And because I don't want to do that, that's why it's important for me to be able to fold the gate down. Before I forget, let me walk you around the welds and other things like that. And I'm probably going to, so here is the front of the trailer. And you have the part, and I have metal here on the floor. So I will try to get to a better section or place in the garage where there's better light. But you can see this is the upright to the front, and I tied it in, and then I didn't round this edge. I just kind of lopped it off and then, kind of beveled it, ground it down, and then I sanded it flat with a flat disc. This one, let's see if I can get in there. This one is a little bit of pitting, not pitting, but I guess, there was a bit of a gap. So that's why there's that little bit of a lip there. I might build that back up and then sand it back down to make it fold flat. But here, hopefully you can see the welds. I'm doing okay. I had someone asking me why I did the 3 vertical pieces as opposed to one here, one here, one here, and then one in the back, so roughly 2 feet apart. The reason is because there's some existing hardware on the rail of the trailer, and I would have had to cut these pieces out, and while it wouldn't have been a big deal, I really just didn't want to, because when I got to welding this 3/16 is plenty strong, and I seriously doubt that I'm going to, or at least I'm going to limit the trying to put anything in there that's super duper heavy, and it'll compromise the fact that there's only 3 vertical pieces here. But where I attached this seemed to make the most sense. It's darn near center. It's about 1 inch or 2 forward from center, I guess, if you will, because this is, that beam near is pretty much the midline or the center point. So slightly forward. But that's where I am so far. One last piece. Of course, last time I talked to you guys, I was trying to figure out the hinge situation yet again. And I was thinking about it. And what I did, because I was having problems with the hinges, I put a piece of, so here's the rail. This is the last piece you saw, or a piece I talked about before, spacing this whole thing out, 3/16 of an inch. I put a piece of 1 inch square tube in here to take up some room and to move everything out, to kind of give me some room for the whole trailer to come and hinge over. Now, I've never tried to make hinges this sort of way, or I haven't tried to make hinges this way yet, but I did make a hinge where I took a piece of the pipe and I took a piece of the round stock, and I had the pipe this way, and I had the pipe this way, and the round stock I actually bent a 90 in. That was how I did it the first time, and I didn't get it to work. So yeah, I'm trying it this way with this, barrel type hinge. Hopefully it'll work. If it does, hooray. If it doesn't, I will figure out a way. Oh, so it might be a little easier if I actually show you what I was talking about. When I was talking about the hinges last time, I had the camera up on a tripod, and it was a little far away, and it was a little difficult to see. So this is the hinge, and so far when I've welded the hinge, I tried to weld the hinge on, the first time I welded the hinge on, I had it this way. And when I had it it was this way, right here, okay? And when I had the hinge on this way, it moved everything because this, this flap was where it was. It moved everything out and down, as you saw at the end of part 2 of the trailer build. Then I flipped this and I welded it on this way. The problem was, and you can kind of see, the problem was when I had it this way, the hinge didn't fold down enough to allow for enough room for the trailer. It just wouldn't go. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like the actual the gate itself was hitting the hinge and not anything else. So now, of course, I'm looking at alternative methods here. But if I had, if I cut down a piece of that there so this could fit in between, I could have the hinge actually poke off the back of the trailer. If I have it poke off the back of the trailer, then wherever this connects to the deck, that should pretty much be it, and this whole thing will flip up and out. In theory, in my mind. This is the problem. This is the whole problem with the reason, or this is the whole problem I'm having with the fact that I want this bed to fold flat as well as fold down to the ground. I just can't, or haven't been able to figure out how to make or have enough clearance for this whole thing to work. Though it looks like these barrel hinges might be quite promising. Sorry, I know that was a bit rambly, because I really want this to work out the way that I want it to work out. In my mind, I keep thinking I have it right, and then I don't. So, wish me luck, and hopefully I'll get this at some point. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put you back up on a tripod. I'm going to try to get these hinges worked out, and I'll get those welded on, and then hopefully maybe we'll see me flip the gate down properly. right, so I don't know if you guys can feel my excitement, because I'm excited as hell right now because I got that to work. Oh my gosh, when I say that has been the single most difficult part of this entire thing, I finally got it to work. I am going to, make another portion of this to go about here or what have you. That part, I'll figure out. So far, though, I'm pretty daggone excited at the fact that I got the hinge to work. Now I'm going to work on getting this tube is twisted a little bit. I guess, pulled it, twisted it a little bit. So I'll straighten this part out and go from there. But so far, so good. Awesome. Got that to work out. At this point, you see, I kind of have a working or a proof of concept that the trailer is working the way that I need it to work. It just seems like I needed to space out the hinges up and out in order for them to work properly. Very, very glad I was finally able to figure that out. And I'm gonna do some welding. Get these pieces kind of on here to help stabilize the trailer, the gate rather. You saw, or hopefully you saw, I was having some difficulty getting the gate up. It seems like it shifted a little bit in in this space. So let's work on that, and hopefully I can call this part done. I will get the extra pieces or parts of the back of this part trimmed off. I have a line here where the gate sits vertical, and this line here is for where I'm going to put a hole in here, so I'll be able to stick something in there to hold the gate up. Guess where I still am? Yes, but I have an update. Serious update. So when I left you, I had the barrel hinges, or like a piece of the pipe and then a piece of the round bar, kind of one piggybacked off the other. Well, that didn't work out as well as I thought it was going to, because I didn't have it lined up properly. And I'm sure if I just probably took my time, lined it up better, there wouldn't be so much play in the actual hinge or the motion, but it was causing the gate to bind up when it got into the bed. Don't ask me how or why, but honestly enough, what I ended up having to do, or what I ended up doing to get this whole thing to work, was going back to the original type of hinge that I originally envisioned I was gonna make. Yeah. So here it is. This is the top side, I guess. Okay. And there you can see it's all the way down to the ground. There's space in between the gate and the back of the trailer. It ain't pretty, but it works. So, and it's removable. No tools necessary to remove it. The way it removes is basically I just slide the whole thing to the left, and it'll pop all the way off, and I can do what I need to do. So turn the welder off so you might actually be able to hear me, but it works, which is the main thing. So mind you, I've been out my garage for the better part of probably 2 hours, actually probably almost going on 3. Finally got this thing dialed in to the point where it's working. I'm going to figure out, have a drill over there. I'm gonna figure out what's necessary for me to be able to lop the backs off so that I can get that squared away. and rounded, sanded, whatever I need to do with that. So that's one, something else I can check off the list. I might try and go ahead and drill the holes in here so that I can get the tailgate, so I can get it affixed up here. I have some hardware I might try and use to see if I can work that out. But I'm just happy I got the daggone thing to work the way that I need it to work. Again, it is not the prettiest, and I'm sure that'll probably cause a little bit of trouble. But I have to finish welding the round bar to the gate. I put some heavy tacks on it, so I'm gonna finish welding that. Actually, I might not finish welding that. I think I might cut these off, round that off, but it is getting rather late. And I'm making a whole bunch of racket out here in the garage. I really don't want to call it a night, because I know that the more I get done on this tonight, the less I'll have to get done on it later. Screw it, I'm gonna keep working. Sorry, so last I said I was gonna keep working until I got, to a good stopping point. So I have the holes drilled for the vertical supports or vertical stays for the gate. I have done the finish welding around the gate and the hinges that I made. I don't think they turned out too bad. That one is a little wonky. That was the first one I did. But other than that, I mean, it folds all the way flat. I'll show you the whole thing in motion. It does bind up slightly on this edge, which, I mean, it's kind of to be expected because I didn't, it's not precise. But I'll let you see it work. So there you have it. Tailgate all the way on the ground. The vertical pieces, 1, 2, 3, are done. The surround is done. I am part 4 officially over, officially done. I know this part is probably going to be a lot longer, or longer than some of the other parts, because I recorded some, I thought I was finished, started working some more, figured I wasn't done, did some revisions to what I was doing, thought I was finished, did some more revisions. That's the whole part of me learning what to do here. Again, this is uncharted territory. I can't believe though, I cannot believe the hinges that I finally got to work the way that I needed them to work were the original design for the hinges that I made. I guess that's just my dumb luck. But crap, it's 1:45. I have to get up at 4 to go to work, and part 4 done. I guess next steps. The ramp is done, the surround is done. I think the next step is going to be trying to figure out where I'm going to put the D-rings. Originally, I kind of thought I would put the D-rings in the bed of the trailer, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, especially on the back side of the trailer, because of the fact that the bed folds forward, or the gate folds forward. So last things that need to be done, obviously, let's see, what else do I have to do? The tailgate needs some decking. The deck needs some decking. The D-rings have to be put on. The lights have to be wired. And then the whole thing has to be kind of sanded and painted. And I think that's it. So 5 more things, or 5 major things that need to get done. I'm hoping to have this finished up in maybe another part or 2. We'll see. I doubt that I'll stretch each one of these things out into another 5 parts, but if it happens, it happens. Thanks again for watching. Thanks. If you haven't already, go ahead down and subscribe. I will be doing some other videos aside from welding and building this trailer, doing barbecue stuff, maybe an unboxing. My wife bought a new vehicle. We might do some videos about her new vehicle. Haven't told you guys about that yet. But anyway, thanks again for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, check me out on the socials. All of those are networked down below. And thanks again for watching. If you have any questions about how to use a grill, how to grill, just questions period, leave a question in the comment below and I will do my best to try and answer it for you.